In the fifth round of their bout on Saturday night, with one Tony Bellew left hook, the last remnants of David Haye's career dissipated. Ahead of the rematch, the 37-year-old was even toying with the idea of fighting Anthony Joshua once he'd beaten the Bomber. Who was he kidding? Whether he was victorious against the Evertonian or not, entering back into the heavyweight division proper, with belts on the line, was always going to be a challenge too far. It's 5 years since the Hayemaker had to undergo reconstructive shoulder surgery. The former world champion has never been the same since, fighting just 4 times since making his comeback. In spite of victories over Mark Demore and Arnold Jurjaj, the fight the fans wanted to see was against Bellew, and in those 2 attempts, he failed to come up with the goods. So, what now? Well, the Londoner has already come out of retirement once. This time, he is being urged to hang up his gloves for good. That is a difficult decision for any sportsman to come to terms with. According to the London Evening Standard, that is the announcement that is likely to come out of Haye's camp in the following days, though not simply because he has admitted defeat. Instead, the newspaper suggests the fact that he can no longer attract enough interest to put on pay-per-view fights is what will make up his mind for him. Hearn's advice promoter Eddie Hearn has been giving mixed messages, it seems, regarding whether boxing fans would be willing to fork out one more time if Dillian Whyte were to step into the ring with Haye. He's still a world-class fighter, but he's not the old David Haye. He's not box office anymore, he said, per the same source. There's no point in coming back. He's not the same fighter. He can win. He can beat people, but he can't beat elite world-class fighters. He's got a lot of heart. Fair play to him. And he boxed 6 rounds with a snapped Achilles in the first fight 14 months ago. Dillian Whyte would be a really big go-to fight. And I will say that David has spent a long time giving value for money on pay-per-view. All those who have his best interests at heart are all saying the same thing, so there is little need for Hearn to stir things up by touting one last contest, which is unlikely to go Haye's way. Even Bellew himself implored him immediately after the TKO to please stop. Whether he still has an audience or not, it's with good reason that almost everyone in this sport wants him to call it a day. Is Hearn giving bad advice by suggesting Haye could fight Whyte? Have your say in the comments. Do you want to write for Give Sport? Get started today by signing up and submitting an article here. https://www.givesport.com/writeforms